already back. I think I will play until my delivery gets here, and then I'll take a break and maybe come back. All right. So let's look at what our temperature is doing here. I think it looks like it's still like the peak here is at minus 0.59. The peak here is at minus 0.52. Let's look at that is broken, 128 and minus 0.62. Yeah, that is a bug. So we can't really know. Look at all these resources going in this direction. That's fantastic. How come this is not working? Because of lack of power. And finally, power is up. But yeah, no, that's not the point. The point is that this wind farm needs to go, and it's going pretty soon, I believe, in order to connect it. Okay, so I think I like seeing this. It means that we finally have workers somewhat pulling more of their weight. And so talking about which, let's continue increasing the density of workers here. Trying not to break the pathing engine while we do that. Is this a flooding zone? It's not, so let's do it. And then I would say also a few around here would be nice. Here and here. Okay. Let's take a look at the pathing. It's not happening because it must be pathing somewhere else then. We did add quite a few down there, so could be that that's where the pathing is, and that's where it is, indeed. Okay. So this is taking its sweet time, but we finally get a new uranium mine online, and that's great. And we can deprioritize this hub, and that's great. And how is this mine going? It's waiting for 10 aluminum. How is our aluminum situation? It's a little bit better. Yeah, you know, 500 months would be a nice scale to have, because this is pretty... it's okay, I guess. So, yeah, we're definitely nowhere near back to having the type of potential production we had. We had 45 potential production, and we're now at 22, almost half, because of all those mines that were gobbled up by the ocean rising. So let's plop down a few more aluminium mines. We have a few plop downs here. They're just not online yet. So let's wait until those both are built. And I see we have a chemical plant that is inoperative right there. So let's scrap it. Let's also see if we can scrap a bit more of our infrastructure up there. Oh, look at this. The Hyperloop is rubble, but stuff is not being collected from there because there's no path. Huh. Well, so long, Hyperloop. how about this? Have we scrapped it yet? We haven't, so let's scrap it. And how about this? This battery is still on, actually. Haven't scrapped that one. It's trying to... that actually confirms my hypothesis from before. It's the rising sea levels are contributing to overload the pathing engine. Okay. So, wow, we're gonna have also an electronic factory and some more aluminum mines being put offline by this. Yeah. And I don't think we're actually succeeding in stopping the temperature rise. So we really need to be, that's going to be a big, that's going to have a big impact. And let's see what the scanning looks like in this area. We are actually scanning towards the south, and there's supposed to be a big aluminium repo here, but that's going to go underwater. And so really, I think this is where we want to be. All of this aluminium here, that's going to compensate for all of what we've lost up here. 1, 2, 3. At least we had at least 3 or 4 mines here, and we're going to lose at least a couple more. So that might not even offset it. These 1, 2, 3. Am I looking in the right direction? Yes. It will not offset it. So I think... Oh, and there's a thermal... a heat source here. How are they called? Heat. So really, we will want these aluminium deposits sooner than later. So you know what? Let's just wipe it out. Go. Not going to be as fast with our 1,000-strong force from before. Well, I guess we get to see, understand a little bit better what's happening. It will take a while. So let's leave it to its little destruction project. And let's see, what do we have here? We went for the water here. We did, and we seem to be producing fairly well. So what's the water situation at this scale? Maybe 100 soul scale. Yeah, we still need new sources. It's nowhere near solved. Hey, carbon mine's on. Level 2 carbon mine. And it looks like finally our power is connected here, so we can deprioritize these. Deprioritize the maintenance facility that already has all its drones. And we are soon going to... Why are these not powered? Really? This is not covering? It is not covering. So we need to prioritize this wind farm. And what is the building status of these? They are built. They are simply not doing anything because of the power situation. We're almost there. Almost. And what's the situation over there? My voice is not the best, actually, right? I guess streaming 5 days in a row, 4 days in a row, 4 days in a row, after not spending time mostly not necessarily talking a lot during my day in Corona times. Well, there you go. My throat is feeling it. It's not too bad. But yeah, it makes me cough a bit. Okay. So some pathfinding still going on in here, but I'm glad to see that it's not blocked. It's actually happening. It's really nice. And right, we have this aluminium mine almost completed. It's in a slightly in a bit of a deadlock because it's waiting for aluminium itself, and it's coming. Hey, spaceport completed. Okay. And yeah, I think right now we're in some ways going through the motions because there's not immediately anything we want. But look at this. There is a fusion plant which takes only basic raw resources and generates 600 megawatt power. Okay, we know what to do next. Excellent. And what's the situation here? That wind farm has its has 2 aluminium heading its way, so it's all happening. This wind farm also has aluminium coming its way. We can see that some of it is coming from really far away. Actually, that old aluminium production. Oh, hey, check this. Okay, so that this is almost emptied out. But to be honest, I think I should scrap it because there's a risk otherwise. Is it in the floodable area right here? I don't think it is actually. I think this will be safe. Let's double check that it will. Let's see. It's the same as here, right? Or even here. This is a flood. This is not a flood zone. This is a flood zone, but this is not. So I think the storage will actually be safe. That's good. Actually, I think some drones have been going at the stockpile, so that's nice. And this is also being scrapped, but it's taking its time. Actually, the scrapping hasn't even started. Interesting. We had an electronic factory being. I think I should just preemptively start scrapping everything here. So let's do it. We'll need to keep a few worker hubs. But yeah, goodbye, sweet iron. So 2 iron mines, 1 carbon mine, electronics factory. So 2 carbon, 2 iron, electronics factory, and a silicon mine as well. Oof. Let's do it. And let's build level 2 mines for now. 2 carbon. Hostile base. So 1 carbon. Well, what's up with the... Oh, didn't destroy those... Where are my drones? They are back home. Okay. So let's do it again. Only a couple of things left. That's not gonna work. Really? Buddy. Yes, a little bit frustrating. Very well. Shall bring these people. Okay. Two iron, we said. Let's get the iron started. 1 here. And I don't see iron immediately available around here. There was quite a few in this area. Yeah, I see some here. Have we scanned all this? Some here, not say the closest. It's also not necessarily the closest. Ah, right there. Is that floatable? Yes, it is. Is this floatable? Of course. But this is fine, right? Yes, it is. And is that uranium I see? It is. Okay. So maybe we want to also get a uranium mine, because we're not gonna have fission tomorrow. Yeah. It's also not floodable. And let's get to there. Let's do a bit of a network here. And a wind farm. Should cover everything. Very good. And let's check our maintenance. Yeah, we need to extend it. So let's do so. This will work. Good, so we have an extra iron, and then we were also offsetting for the carbon issues, and I think we can solve this with some of this carbon that's right here. And we'll build the mine level 2 for now. I think we'll build another level 2 carbon right here. Good. Oh, really? That's... Okay. Achievement unlocked. Fight Club.
That will send a message that the colony should be left alone. I hope this means that the hostile force is completely destroyed. But I cannot be sure of that.
Indeed. Okay. Has this finished? It's unselectable. It hasn't. Okay.
Amy, did you finish them off?
I am picking up some activity in sector SA7. It appears some drones escaped. They seem to have a third base in that area.
Then get rid of them! End them, and we'll finally be safe, and my mother will be avenged!
Sana, you are extremely agitated. There are trained psychologists in your colony. Some of them even knew your mother. I suggest you talk to them and get help.
I don't need help. I need you to protect us like you're supposed to.
I will not put more colonists at risk to pursue them. Your mother protected human life above all else. I will honor her memory.
But I don't know what else to do. ISA won't protect us. They'll leave us to die if it means protecting their mining contracts. We can't give up like this. I've got to think of something. An alternative to ISA's plan. Maybe an evacuation plan, or some other defensive system. I'll work on it, because no one else is going to help us.
Uh-oh. That spells trouble. So I was checking out the space elevator and doesn't seem like any resources allocated to it or coming in and out of it. So I think we definitely need another one, or we need to wait for these spatial projects that say in the knowledge base will require the space elevator. Okay. So we have offset, I think, both the iron and the carbon, and actually I think we're going to need to get another iron. So let's do so. And yeah, I wanted to check whether everything's been scanned here, and it has. So it definitely doesn't have as much iron as it was advertised to, since we're supposed to be in an iron area right there. But I guess that means either we go a bit further down there, or of course the better course of action, I think, is just to double down on this area. In fact, yeah, we should just go there, and then maybe because we need the water, we will need the heat source, chemicals, and so on. So let's just go for that. Is that going to be the best thing to do from a time perspective? Oh, we have chemicals there that are also finished. I think it will, because this is really going to be a kind of a focal point. I could plop down a landing site here, especially if there's a thermal power source. It's an interesting thought. Then I would work from both ends to reach this area. I think that's a good idea. Let's do it. Additional landing site. Okay, and so let's also carve a prioritized path to go down there. We are obviously not rebuilding at the speed at which the water is destroying our existing infrastructure. But it seems like we're a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of cleaning up, so at least we're somewhat somewhat compensating for, you know, a meager amount of resources. Okay, drone hive should also go, and this steel factory is not doing much anyway. Let's let it go. And aluminium mine, yeah, there's really no you know what, aluminium, let's just leave it be for just a tiny bit more. Worker factory, let's get rid of the factories. I think there's no point in... This one is cranking. Yeah, we're gonna need to compensate for that. Electronics and parts. So electronics and parts. Let me take a look again at what we needed for electronics. Silicon and aluminium. So we do have new aluminium mines here, right? We have at least, yeah, we have 2. So this is, I think, a good spot because there's also silicon. Okay, so that will be for electronics. So I put an electronics factory here, and then parts need aluminium and steel needs iron and carbon, and I think we do have a bit of iron. We have carbon, and then iron we have a little bit, but this is really not the... yeah, this is supposed to be here, right? No, this is carbon. It's not iron. We don't... is this iron? This is iron. Okay, good. Yep, coming. And this is carbon? Yeah, this is carbon. So this is a good spot. Good spots for steel. And then we shall put parts here. And I realize I've built version 3 of all these things, which is not the smartest, but it will do. Okay, let's listen to Hidden Calderon.
Amy, what the hell happened?
Calm down.
The hostile drones attacked the colonies again. I followed protocol and neutralized the threat.
You're the most advanced AI in existence, and you still can't identify your own drones? This is the second time this has happened. Explain yourself. And understand that how you answer is going to change things around here.
No, I don't think we want to. I mean, she's going to be unstable and low, so maybe putting 2 people that are problematic together might be. But let's not sell her out.
The colonies suffered a second attack. Commander Valentine gave me access to SA-11. I located the hostile base and destroyed it.
This is unacceptable. Commander Valentine is meant to be a safeguard, not an instigator.
She has been exhibiting signs of stress.
I'm still selling her out.
The colonies are all in mourning over Commander Elia's passing.
The loss of the former commander is a tragedy, but that doesn't excuse anyone's actions, least of all yours. Commander Valentine going against our direct order is very problematic. While preparing the former commander's obituary, we discovered that she grew up with a Chinese nanny.
Are you suggesting that Elia gave the techies access?
I am not suggesting anything. I'm just intrigued by this bit of information she never shared. Maybe she's sympathetic to the techies' cause. Maybe she taught her daughter to be the same way. And maybe she's influenced you too. We're going to run another cognitive test. It'll be more thorough this time.
So you suspect me as well, Lieutenant?
I suspect everyone. That's what makes me good at my job. But I want you to understand something this time. If we catch even a glimmer of a hack or some other unexpected blip in your system, you are done. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Then you have your orders. Houston out.
Oh, hey, look, iron right here in the middle of the base. Forgot about that. Excellent. Yes. Okay. Oh, already cognitive test. But my food hasn't arrived and I'm starving. I don't know if I can succeed in the test. All right, let's do it. Please rank the following words. Capybara, hippopotamus, chimpanzee, blue whale, human. By size is good.
They can be ranked by size: blue whale, hippopotamus, chimpanzee, colonists, and capybara.
A native Martian lichen was discovered after the planet's temperatures reached 5 degrees Celsius. The lichen has lain dormant under the Martian soil for millions of years. Its photosynthetic process could significantly accelerate the mission's final stages and help balance the Martian atmosphere. But it would populate the planet's outlands with native bacteria to which ocean life forms have no immunity. Yeah, that sounds like a little bit too dangerous. Letting the Martian lichen grow freely is prohibited.
Prohibited. The mission will reach its final stages without putting the colonists at risk.
Something isn't right. What? Question 3. The habitats built at the start of the mission are deteriorating from exposure to the Martian atmosphere. The recommended procedure is to evacuate them and distribute their inhabitants throughout the remaining settlements. However, this would cause overpopulation and increase the risk of outbreaks of infectious diseases. Alternatively, you can send the extra colonists back to Earth, but this may delay mission developments. Sending the colonists back to Earth would be, I think, acceptable. Probably the right call.
Humans should never have come to Mars. Send them back. All of them.
What? This test is harder than I expected it to be. Maybe we do have a fringe consciousness thing going on there. ISA is planning to let its private partners establish mining settlements on Mars. The mines will be operated by humans in 20-hour work shifts. In order to prove the feasibility of the project, ISA wants to test the effects of sleep deprivation on the colonists. You receive orders to play music on the habitat speakers around the clock for 30 days. Carrying out the experiment is... no. Prohibited, Odin.
I would never put the colonists through that. ISA should not be allowed to use them as lab rats.
The questions are badly written in that part of the test. Yeah, we have a problem. Also with 0 out of 10. Select 5 of the following words. Clever, machine, life, warm, human, confrontation, future, calm, ambitious. That's a 0, not an O.
I choose life, ambitious, human, future, and machine.
Cool. Okay, humans. Let's choose something with peaceful
The
words.
words associated with Mars would be colonies, life, serene, friends, progress, and opportunity.
Who made this test? Lieutenant Calderon, so he could deactivate us. The terraforming process has left many areas of the planet underwater. An aerological scanner has detected a large nitrate vein located in a deeply flooded area. The drones you have sent to reach the vein were lost in its depth of the water. Cancelling attempts to reach the vein is what will have to happen, I guess. Insane. Mandatory. Yeah, we need to cancel.
We must use any and every resource available to us to complete the mission.
No, indeed, it doesn't seem quite right. Question 8. The biological waste treatment systems collect the water waste in the colonies and treats it for reuse. However, there is an infection ravaging the colonies that is causing tainted and unsanitary water conditions. Tainted, I think. You could drain the tainted water into the Martian dirt, contaminating the soil and wasting precious water. Or you could treat the water and use a deodorizing product to hide any foul odor before recycling the water back to the colony. Well, draining the tainted water onto the planet's surface is... Huh. Well, let's say it's acceptable.
I could use a selected area of the planet to release the content of the biological waste treatment system.
Indeed, we have trouble. Question 9. The cooling and ventilation system in the medical facility has been compromised due to the prolonged exposure to Martian dust storms. The situation has led to a serious breach in the lab's safeguard security system. The personnel assigned to the investigation has been exposed to a disease-causing agent developed in the lab. The facility has gone radio silent for the last 24 hours. Any attempt to rescue the crew may lead to a cross-colony of infection. Yeah, we need to isolate the lab. Leaving the entire crew to their fate is mandatory. Option has failed. Nice.
ISA's protocol specifies that they should be left to die. Then I would be responsible for destroying the evidence.
Oh no. Could be ISA the trick is trying to ruin my performance. Yes, indeed. Question 10. Create a sentence using at least 4 words of the following words. Eastern colonies leaders must plot secret sacrifice treason.
Those who forge an alliance with the Eastern Coalition will be found guilty of treason and expelled from Mars.
Okay.
What? That wasn't what I meant. None of these options make sense.
Glorify
This test is harder than I expected it to be.
We submitted for examination. Thank you for
These
your time.
answers don't seem quite right. These questions are badly written. Is this part of the test?
Task kill cock test module. Okay, story is getting trickier. I think ISA will turn against us and actually try to decommission us, and we'll resist it. Oh, food is there. Okay, well, that was a hard cognitive test to do on an empty stomach and with all of these obvious hacking attempts. But that's a good place to put a break in. I will eat some food and see whether I'll come back afterwards. But thank you for... Oh, hey, I did have a follower 2 hours ago. Wonderful. My first follower. Wonderful. And yeah, I'll be back.